What's going on, guys? GojiFan417 here, and I'm here with the Godzilla vs. Kong review. But before we get into the review, the shirt came. It actually came on Thursday last week, but I held it on until I finally made this review. And it took me a week to make this review, so I'm finally opening it now. So let's get it open. And here is the shirt I ordered from the legendary store on Amazon. It is the Team Godzilla shirt. As you see here, Team Godzilla. And then on the back, you have Godzilla vs. Kong. So, let's get this on, shall we? And here it is. Here is the shirt. Here's the epic Godzilla or Team Godzilla shirt. I really like it. I really freaking like the shirt. It's really cool. But now that we got that out of the way, now let's get into the review. Okay, now before we get into the review, I do want to say, if you read the title, that this is a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong, click off, go watch Godzilla vs. Kong. It's in theaters, I'm pretty sure still, and it's on HBO Max. So go watch it there, and then you can come back to this video. So final warning, this is a spoiler review. Now, let's get into my first initial thoughts of the movie. Now, coming out of the theater, I didn't know what to think. While I was in the car, I was debating whether is King of the Monsters better than this, or is this better than King of the Monsters? I didn't know. I was kind of ranking them in the same place. Don't get me wrong, I really loved Godzilla vs. Kong in the theater. I really liked it in the theater. The whole theater was shaking while they were roaring, while they were fighting. It was so cool to see on the big screen. I recommend you go see it in a theater, but that's fine if you don't, if you're scared of COVID. But that was the first time I've been in a theater since in a year. The last movie I saw before everything shut down was Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, while I was in the car, I didn't know where to put Godzilla vs. Kong, either above Cottom or under Cottom, you know? But then, when I got home and like the next day, I was watching movie reviews, and then I ended up rewatching it, I think like a couple days later, and then it clicked in my head that this is a Kong movie. Kong is the driving point of the story. Even though Godzilla is the first name in the title, this is more of a King Kong movie. And after rewatching it and seeing those reviews, this is the best Monsterverse movie. I'll get into the story later, but I do think Godzilla vs. Kong is the best in the Monsterverse. So yeah, let's get into the review now. Now, let's start with the review. We're going to start with the pros first, and then we'll do the cons later. The first pro I have, which will lead into my next pro, the effects. The effects in this movie were absolutely amazing. These were the best effects of the Monsterverse. Cottom's effects were not that good, I'm not going to lie. But these were absolutely amazing. My favorite shot, or one of my favorite shots actually, is when Godzilla arrives in Pensacola, where you could see his spine slicing through the water, and then it goes to like where his head is, and then he roars. It looked so real. It was really freaking good. So that is one of my favorite shots, and the effects were absolutely amazing. And the effects lead into my other pro, which is the battles. The battles were freaking amazing. I think these are the best battles in the Monsterverse. And I think even the best battles in the entire Godzilla series. These battles were freaking cool. I love how vicious Godzilla got with Kong. If you guys remember in Hong Kong, man was freaking all fours, scratching his chest. It was so cool. He was also moving really fast. Like, I know he moved fast in Cottom, but like he was like really going for Kong here. Like, these were one of the best battles. The Hong Kong battle is definitely the best since it was the final battle. Now, I do wish, I'll get into this in the cons, I do wish that there were 3 battles. There was only 2, which was the aircraft carrier and the Hong Kong fight. But even though there was 2 battles, those battles were freaking crazy. And the effects being so good, these battles were, they were a chef kiss. These were great. And then Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla was freaking sick in this movie. He was so cool. Now, don't get me wrong, his design, I feel like they could have made him a bit bulkier. I said this in the review. I feel like they could have like chunked him up a bit, you know? But other than that, he was cool. He was menacing. He was freaking destroying Godzilla. in Hong Kong. It was so cool. And the team up at the end, I feel like it made sense. Now, maybe it's because we all knew that Mechagodzilla was going to be in the movie because he got leaked way back, and even then, if everyone forgot about that, he appeared in the trailer, and then he became the talk of the town. But, I feel like the team up made sense because the little girl, I think her name is Gia, signing to Kong that Godzilla's not the enemy, which was cool, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't really think one of them was going to die. If Mechagodzilla was in the movie, I'm pretty sure it was just going to be one was going to submit like Kong did. Oh yeah, Kong lost. Sorry, Kong fans. But I feel like it was just going to be Godzilla claims his dominance as he did, and then it would just end there if there wasn't a Mechagodzilla. But we all knew Mechagodzilla was in the movie, so we all kind of expected a team up. But even then, I just feel like the team up made sense, you know? Like, it wasn't a Batman versus Superman kind of team up. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the team up made sense here. But with Mechagodzilla, I really liked how they did the thinking on his own thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So, as you guys... It was like a callback to 2002. As y'all remember, the 1954... Or Kiryu was built out of the 1954 skeleton, and then that possessed him, which made him think on his own. It was kind of the same thing with this. As you know, it was built out of the King Ghidorah head. So I'm pretty sure what happened is that the King Ghidorah head took over and possessed Mechagodzilla, and then he went rampant and absolutely freaking destroyed Godzilla, which was so cool to watch. There were scenes where I actually thought, like, since this might be the final installment of the Monsterverse, they might just kill one of them off right here. Which was kind of scary, but they didn't. But again, Mechagodzilla in this movie, he was so freaking cool. He was one of the best parts of this movie, not gonna lie. Frick you, SH, you guys should totally make a Mechagodzilla figure. Next thing I want to talk about is the music. So, as you guys know, Tom Holkenberg is the one that did the music for this movie. Now, don't get me wrong, it was not bad. I do enjoy the music. I listen to the soundtrack a bit. But I still prefer Bear McCreary just because he brought back the old Godzilla theme. Now, don't get me wrong, the Godzilla theme for this one has, like, Godzilla energy behind it. Unlike Alexander Desplat, which it was cool, but, like, it didn't feel like Godzilla. This, even though it may not have been his main theme that we all know and love, it had, like, his essence to it. It had, like, Godzilla energy behind it, especially the Pensacola, Florida one. Like, just the booming trombones. I heard they got a giant bass drum with that for the movie I meant. So, yeah, that was cool. But, again, I do prefer Bear McCreary just because I wanted to hear the 1962 theme. I really wanted to hear the 1962 Godzilla vs. Kong theme. I love that theme. It's one of my favorites. But sadly, they didn't recreate the 1962 theme. But at least they have Phillip Anderson's version. Yeah, this is cool. So yeah, music, it's good. But again, I do prefer Bear McCreary. The final pro I want to talk about is the characters in this movie are not god-awful, unlike King of the Monsters. The characters in this movie aren't good, but they're not as bad as King of the Monsters. They don't get character development, but they do what they have to do to progress the story forward, because I'm pretty sure the real driving point of the story is supposed to be Kong, which I love, how much emotion they gave him. Speaking of emotions, they gave Godzilla and Kong so much emotion in this movie. I loved it. Godzilla freaking laughed. Yeah, that was cool. But again, Kong, the driving point of the story, they gave him so much emotion. You could really feel with Kong in this movie. It's freaking great. But the characters, they're not bad. They're not as bad as King of the Monsters. They are there to drive the point. What? They are there to do what they're supposed to do to drive the story forward, and that's it. They know that you're there for Godzilla vs. Kong, even though it was only 2-5. But it's fine. But again, they're not that awful. I like the characters in this movie. I prefer the Hollow Earth characters like Rebecca Hall, Alexander Skarsgård, those people. I prefer their little story than Millie Bobby Brown's story, which was basically reveal Mechagodzilla. and reveal the secrets of Apex, which I'm pretty sure their secret was Mechagodzilla. So yeah, I prefer the Hollow Earth side of this movie. Speaking of the Hollow Earth I really enjoy. Now, maybe a little confusing, but I didn't really care. I really liked Kong floating and then going upside down. That was cool. But yeah, I really like how they explored the Hollow Earth more in this movie, and it was so cool to see an entire ecosystem that's under Earth. It was so cool to see. And Warbat, even though he was only there for about 2 minutes just to get absolutely pummeled by Kong, it was cool to see him there too. But yeah, the Hollow Earth. Oh, and the axe. That's where Kong gets his axe. That was also cool. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how that was there. I was thinking to myself, maybe it was just naturally made, but I think they're trying to imply that a bunch of Kongs are building a temple for themselves. So that's funny to think about. I think I'm confused. Well, not confused about. This is just I thought this would be funny. I'm pretty sure when he grabs his axe, there's multiple axes to make an entire Godzilla-like thing. I don't know what that was. Now, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are multiple axes, right? So Kong totally could have just grabbed one axe and grabbed another axe, and then totally just went dual wield against Godzilla. That would have been cool to see, not gonna lie. But yeah, characters were cool. I mean, characters were not good, but they weren't bad. Characters were fine in this movie. Story is fine in this movie. Effects, music, those are great in this movie. So those are things I love. Now, let's get into the cons. So now getting into the cons, my first con of the movie is the runtime. Because this movie, and because Adam Wingard did such a good job with this movie, it left me wanting more. I feel like an hour 53 was way too short. I feel like they could have added at least another 10-20 minutes to this movie, which would probably give us a third fight, because I wish there was 3 fights, but there is only 2. But I really wanted 3. But, yeah, I just wish the runtime was longer, so then we could have more fights, and the runtime kind of leads into the next con I have, which is Godzilla's screen time. Even though Godzilla is the first name of this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, they really didn't give him that much screen time, because this is more of a Kong movie. I feel like they only threw Godzilla in there just, like, so we could play his part as the villain. So, like, they threw him in there at the beginning to attack the first Apex base, to fight Kong once on the aircraft carrier, and then threw him in there again in Hong Kong. So he only had about, like, 3 appearances in this movie, and 2 of them was just to fight Kong. So, yeah, but that's because of the runtime, I'm pretty sure. I feel like Godzilla could have had a lot more screen time if the movie was around 2 hours 10, 2 hours 15. So, yeah, I really wish the runtime was longer, so then they could give more screen time to Godzilla, so yeah. Another con I have, which I'm pretty sure this is the final con because this movie is really good and there's not that much to dislike about it. On the Millie Bobby Brown story, just to reveal Mechagodzilla, the Julian character, I feel like he didn't need to be there, to be honest. Like, he didn't really serve a purpose as much as, like, in the Hollow Earth side, like, everyone there served a purpose. Like, Gia was to talk to Kong, Rebecca Hall was to protect Gia, and Alexander Skarsgård was there for the Hollow Earth mission. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Julian character, he was pretty meh. He didn't really need to be there. Madison Russell's dad, I think is Mark, right? I still don't know his name. Mark Russell, he was also didn't need to be there, but I feel like he just had to be there to people not to wonder, where did her dad go? Did he die some freak accident? I feel like they only threw him in there just to, like, say, yeah, he's alive, he's well, he's living. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, this movie didn't really have that many cons, to be honest. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the cons. Some final thoughts before I end off the video. I see the hashtag continue the Monsterverse. So what do I think about it? I mean, I don't really care. If they end it here, I'll be completely fine with it. If they continue it, that'll be cool. If they do end up continuing it, there are some things I would like to see. I really hope they bring back Mechagodzilla and make a Mechagodzilla 2. That would be cool. Destroyer, I would love to see him as the big bad for a final film. This is actually something I'm gonna say in the Q&A video, so I'll leave that for the Q&A video. But it's about Destroy All Monsters. So yeah, but those are some. Again, if it ends off here, I'm completely fine with that. Actually, Legendary just posted a video on Instagram right now about thanking the fans of the Monsterverse. So if they don't continue it, that's fine. Godzilla vs. Kong was a great way to send it off, and if they continue it, that'll be great too. I'll keep watching their movies. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and the subscribe button to really help me out. I'm pretty sure the next video after this will be the Q&A. So thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers again. I could not have done it without you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.